If you think about it, we really use so much energy. We're on computers all the time, the lights are always on. That's our life. We have energy right in our walls. It's no effort at all. When we lost power for 3 days, we couldn't handle it. We freaked out. The majority of our energy comes from fossil fuel burning. The pollution it causes is slowly killing our Earth and everything that depends on it. When I start thinking about that, it really scares me. The people promoting this energy aren't going to be the ones to see it run out. But I think I will. Energy. It's all around us. When we play, when we work, and even when we're sleeping. We use more and more of it each day. Most of our energy comes from fossil fuels, and the supply is not infinite. We have to find alternate sources of energy fast before it's too late. Kinetic energy has been essential to our survival for ages. It was, after all, our first form of power. It requires a pre-existing force to create motion, like the muscular force of a human or animal, to push or move something. Kinetic energy literally takes a lot of work, and it results in fatigue and occasional pain. So we created other energy sources to supplement. The next big craze in energy business was fossil fuels. They were so easy to get initially. All you had to do was dig a few feet down and you had energy. And energy was the equivalent of money for most of the last century. The problem was that we became more and more dependent, using more and more fossil fuels. Pollution also became a major issue. But because there was money to be made, a lot of people ignored the fact that fossil fuels were damaging our planet. Now supplies are running out, prices are going up, and the consequences too. Carbon emissions are at an all-time high. We can't wait until we run out of fossil fuels to find sustainable alternatives. Because soon, it'll be too late for our planet. Nuclear energy provided the promise of unlimited power, but there were some serious problems. Since the reactor had to get really hot to create enough energy, the process required lots of water to cool it down. The contaminated water is hazardous to animals, plants, and humans, and can make it harder for fish to breathe when the water is too hot. Another issue is that if there's a problem, it is likely that the plant could release radiation, which could poison the air and land around it for miles, leaving the area uninhabitable for eons. But even if there aren't any problems with the plant, nuclear waste is still a big issue. Where do we put it? It won't be safe to be around for about 10,000 years. And frankly, no one wants a bucket of nuclear waste in their backyard. Wind energy is another alternative. Windmills have been used for centuries to power small farms and mills. New technology has allowed us to create large wind farms, which can produce significant amount of energy. There are problems, though, too. Wind farms take up a lot of land. Migrating birds can get caught in the blades. And sometimes, it's just not windy. Hydroelectric power was a great idea. It allowed using the natural forces of water and gravity to power a turbine, creating almost faultless energy. Solar energy is used commercially through photovoltaic panels reacting to the sun's rays. Although the power source, the sun, is free, the panels that convert it into energy are expensive. Also, the space required to produce a significant amount of energy is great. And unfortunately, when the sun goes down, so does the energy. It was an old Native American proverb that said, "Treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents, but it was loaned to you by your children." I think it's clear what we need to do. If we're going to sustain the human race, we need to stop using fossil fuels and use more sustainable forms of energy. It won't be easy, but it's what we have to do. It's up to us, the next generation, to solve our energy problems.